Have you ever walked into a modern kitchen? All clean lines and stainless steel? Felt like something essential was missing? A certain soul that the kitchens of our grandparents seem to have in spades. We've traded some of their ingenious, everyday solutions for sleek surfaces, and honestly, we might be worse off for it. Today, we're diving deep into the archives to resurrect 25 brilliant vintage kitchen features that weren't just charming, they were incredibly smart. And the final one might just be the ultimate hack for anyone who loves to entertain but hates the chaos. Let's start with something that turns a necessity into a decoration: plate racks. If you look at kitchens from the 1920s through the 1950s, you'd often find these open racks with vertical slots built right into the cabinetry. Their genius was twofold. First, they were a masterclass in efficiency. Positioned right above the sink, they turned useless wall space into a natural dish drainer. You could wash your plates and slide them directly into the rack to dry, completely eliminating the need for a bulky, unsightly plastic rack on your counter. Second, they encouraged you to live with your beautiful things. Instead of hiding your china in a dark cabinet, a plate rack lets you display those heirloom patterns, turning your everyday dishes into part of the room's story. It's a concept we're finally rediscovering in the modern farmhouse trend, that practicality and personality can coexist beautifully. You're not ready to rip out your cabinets. Freestanding versions are a great start, but the built-in version offers a charm that's hard to beat. Next up, a sink that does double duty. The drainboard sink. If the sight of a sopping wet dishcloth and a crowded drying rack drives you crazy, this is the feature for you. Popular from the 1920s to the 50s, these sinks were a single, seamless unit, usually heavy cast iron cloaked in porcelain enamel. The magic was in the integrated sloped drainboard alongside the basin. It had grooves carved right into the surface that channeled water from your washed dishes directly back into the sink. No rack, no puddles, no mess. These sinks are monuments to durability. Original ones, now 70, 80, even 100 years old, are still in use, often without a single scratch. It's a stark contrast to the disposable mentality of today. The good news? High-end designers are bringing this concept back, carving draining grooves into gorgeous stone countertops, proving that the best ideas are truly timeless. Now let's open up some drawers you won't find in a standard showroom. Specialty drawers. Back in the day, people understood that potatoes and bread have very different needs. This led to the invention of genius storage solutions like the bread drawer. These were often lined with tin and had small, carefully placed vents. The tin kept out hungry insects, while the ventilation system created the perfect microclimate, keeping bread from turning into a moldy science experiment or a stale brick. Far more effectively than a plastic bag ever could. Then there were the vegetable drawers. These were deeper, often with perforated metal or mesh bottoms to let air circulate. This was crucial for root vegetables like potatoes and onions, which rot in stagnant air. The most advanced designs had separate compartments. A dark tin-lined section for potatoes to prevent them from sprouting and turning green. Right next to a ventilated section for onions. It's proof that our ancestors engineered their kitchens to maximize the lifespan of their food. And today, custom cabinet makers are bringing back these vented and tin-lined drawers. A quiet admission that some ideas are just too good to stay buried. Do you remember a tin bread box or a special vegetable bin from your childhood? Did it keep things fresher? Drop a comment and let us know. Speaking of ingenious, let's talk about a faucet that bridges the gap between sink and stove. The pot filler faucet. Wow. This wall-mounted marvel, found in high-end homes from the 1920s to the 70s, was pure luxury and convenience rolled into one. Its job was simple: eliminate the heavy, dangerous task of lugging a massive pot of water from the sink to the stove. The pot filler had a double-jointed arm that could swing out and fill a pot on any burner, then fold back flush against the wall when it was done. The engineering was solid, with shutoff valves at both the wall and the spout to prevent leaks. Sure, it required extra plumbing during construction. But for anyone who regularly cooks pasta, soups, or boils corn for a crowd, it was an absolute game changer. Today, the pot filler is back in a big way in custom kitchens, not just as a tool, but as a striking design statement, often in gleaming brass or chrome. Next, a drawer that's more than just storage. The warming drawer. If you love hosting dinner parties or holiday feasts, this feature from upscale 1960s homes is for you. It's a dedicated drawer, usually under the oven or counter, designed to keep cooked food at the perfect serving temperature. The key is that it maintains a gentle, precise heat. It keeps your food warm without continuing to cook it, so your roast chicken doesn't dry out while you're finishing the gravy. High-end models even let you control humidity. Its uses go way beyond just keeping dinner warm. It's perfect for proofing bread dough, warming plates for a fancy dinner, keeping side dishes hot while the main course rests. During a busy holiday, a warming drawer is like having an extra pair of hands, letting you cook with far less stress and serve everything at its absolute best. Speaking of bread, let's talk about its permanent home, the bread box. That iconic roll-top box on Grandma's counter wasn't just for show. Made of wood, metal, or ceramic, it was a scientifically designed storage environment. The principle is simple but effective. Keep the bread in a dark, dry place with just enough ventilation. This thing was packed with integrated engineering. It had a built-in flour sifter with a crank, sugar bins, pull-out enamel work surface for rolling dough, and tin-lined drawers for bread. It even had racks for utensils and printed recipes inside the doors. The Hoosier is a masterpiece of multifunctional design, squeezing an incredible amount of utility into a small footprint. And its durability is legendary. Many are still fully functional over a century later. Today, restored Hoosiers are highly sought after, often finding new life as coffee bars or baking stations. They bring personality and proven utility back into the kitchen. If you can't find an antique, the idea itself are dedicated. Specialized cabinetry is making a strong comeback in modern design. The benefits are obvious: organization, convenience, and sanity. Everything is neatly hung or shelved. You can see and grab what you need without a wrestling match with a falling mop. Today, we spend fortunes on kitchen renovations, yet we often forget to plan for the ugly stuff, leaving cleaning tools stuffed into corners. Many modern homeowners are now paying builders to create these dedicated spaces, proving the need never went away. A simple trick is to put two pantries side by side, leaving one without shelves for tall tools-instant broom closet. From the 80s and early 90s came a storage revolution we should never have let fade. Pull-out pantry drawers. These were a game changer. Unlike those deep, dark pantry shelves where cans go to die, these heavy-duty drawers slide all the way out, bringing everything into plain sight. The biggest win here is reducing food waste. When you can see everything at a glance, you don't end up with 3 cans of tomatoes expired in the back. Smart designs use different drawer height, shallow ones on top for spices and small cans, deep ones on the bottom for cereal boxes and large bags. It's a visually organized system that's simply more efficient. If you're designing a kitchen, this is a no-brainer for maximizing storage and making your daily life easier. For homes with less space, there's another elegant solution: larder cupboards. While walk-in pantries are great, the standalone larder is making a graceful return, especially where space is tight. A larder is a large, often furniture-like cabinet that brings the charm of an old farmhouse into your kitchen. While modern cabinets can feel uniform and cold, a larder can be a star. Designers love painting them in a bold, contrasting color and using warm brass hardware to create depth. A dark larder against neutral cabinetry adds personality without overwhelming the room. It solves the storage problem by creating one central, organized spot for all your dry goods, so you're not hunting through 5 different cabinets for a bag of rice. Are you still with us on this trip through time? Drop a yes in the comments to keep the nostalgia train rolling. Let's move from storage to seating. Built-in breakfast nooks. In the 20s and 30s, these were designed to maximize space and create a cozy vibe. Instead of a table and chairs that need room to pull out, these nooks use fixed bench seating or banquettes, often with comfy upholstery. These nooks naturally encourage longer conversations and a sense of togetherness, especially when tucked by a sunny window. It wasn't just furniture, it was an architectural hug. With the move away from vast, echoey open plans, banquettes are back. Modern versions are even better, with hidden storage under the seats for toys or linens, and even USB ports for kids doing homework. Now let's give the stove the spotlight it deserves. The stove alcove. If your modern stove gets lost in a sea of stainless steel, an alcove is the solution. This is a recessed niche in the wall, a dedicated architectural home for your cooktop. Back in the 19th and early 20th centuries, this served a vital safety purpose, protecting the house from the high heat of wood-burning stoves. The alcove walls were lined with fireproof materials like brick or tile. It also helped contain heat and grease splatter, and often had integrated shelves for spices. Today, custom kitchens are reviving this idea. Designers use the alcove to add a stunning tile backsplash, install a pot filler, and create a dramatic focal point that makes the stove the undeniable heart of the kitchen. And while we're at the stove, let's talk about the stoves themselves. Vintage stoves. Brands like Chambers and O'Keefe and Merritt aren't just appliances, they're legends. The Chambers Model C is still hailed by enthusiasts as one of the best ovens ever built. Its secret? Incredible insulation. It held heat for hours after the gas was turned off, letting you cook an entire meal on residual energy. It was super efficient and kept food incredibly moist. It even had a built-in slow cooker called the Thermowell, the granddaddy of the modern crockpot. O'Keefe and Merritt stoves were famous for their thoughtful details. It's like built-in salt and pepper grinders right on the cooktop. They hold temperature perfectly. The low residual heat makes them ideal for proofing sourdough or dehydrating fruit. These stoves are statements of quality built to last a lifetime, not a decade. Of course, a stove needs a beautiful backdrop, colorful appliances. For years, stainless steel has been the king, but we're finally seeing a shift towards warmth and personality. This is a move away from the cold, clinical look to spaces that tell a story. In the 1950s, color exploded. Kitchens featured appliances in cheerful pastels pink, mint green, butter yellow with rounded edges and chrome details. They were like pieces of furniture. Today, designers are embracing this again, using bold or pastel colors for refrigerators and ranges. It creates a unique signature kitchen, not a cookie-cutter one. Plus, using an exposed, colorful appliance is often more budget-friendly than buying custom cabinet panels to hide it, and it adds so much depth to the space. If you could bring back just one color for a kitchen appliance, what would it be? Let us know in the comments. Let's get down to the surface level. Butcher block countertops. For serious cooks from the late 1800s to the 1960s, this was the gold standard. Usually made of hard maple or oak, butcher block brings incredible visual warmth and a feeling of solidity. It's more than a counter, it's a giant built-in cutting board. It's much friendlier to your knife edges than stone. In professional kitchens, it's valued for its natural antibacterial properties. But the real beauty is in the maintenance. Oiling a butcher block is a ritual that connects you to the kitchen. Over time, it develops a rich patina, a map of countless meals prepared. And as a bonus, it's often one of the more affordable countertop options, another small but mighty feature. The pull-out breadboard. This was a common, wonderfully practical detail in vintage cabinetry. It's a wooden board mounted under the counter that slides out when you need extra workspace and tucks away when you don't. Its primary job was a clean surface for kneading dough, but it was also a genius solution for small kitchens, acting as an instant extension of your counter space. It's a perfect example of thoughtful design, where every inch was considered for the cook's needs. Today, it's mostly a custom option, but bringing it back, especially in apartments, would be a huge win for anyone who needs more prep space without the clutter. From food prep to life admin, the kitchen was always the center. Kitchen desks. This used to be a standard fixture, a small built-in desk tucked into a corner. It was the family's command center for analog life, balancing the checkbook, updating the calendar, storing recipes. It brought order to the household's logistics. This idea is roaring back, but in a modern way. Post-pandemic, we need more work-from-home zones. Designers are integrating compact workstations into kitchens again. It might not be a huge desk, but a small nook for a laptop, a charging station, or a drop zone for mail. Bringing back the built-in desk brings balance to our multitasking lives, creating a defined spot for focus right in the heart of the home. Would you prefer a modern desk with USB ports, or a drainboard sink to ditch the dish rack? Tell us your pick. Now for a feature that was the original delivery locker, the milk door. From the 1890s to the 1950s, this small, insulated compartment in the exterior wall was pure genius. The milkman would open it from the outside, place the milk and eggs inside, and close it. The homeowner could then retrieve them from the inside without ever unlocking the door. It was a brilliantly secure system. The doors were interlocked, so the outside couldn't be opened if the inside was open, and vice versa. It was an Amazon locker, invented a century ago. Today, this idea is being modernized with products like the fresh portal-insulated boxes with smart locks and one-time codes for delivery drivers. Solving the problem of package theft and grocery spoilage, for bulk buyers, having a Costco door from the garage to the pantry is another modern spin on this old idea, saving a ton of steps. Let's move to the workhorse of the kitchen. Farmhouse sinks. The apron front sink, dating back to the 1800s, was indispensable. Often made of fire clay or enameled cast iron, its defining feature is that deep, spacious, open basin. It could swallow large roasting pans and stock pots that modern divided sinks just can't handle. This sink has seen a huge revival for its rustic look, but its ergonomic benefit is just as important. The exposed front means you can stand closer to the sink without the counter edge digging into you. Huge comfort when washing up. Original farmhouse sinks have a weight and presence that's hard to replicate. They were built to last for generations. Out of sight, but not out of mind. Pull-out trash bins. This was a popular solution from the 70s to the 90s for keeping a kitchen looking clean. These systems hid the trash and recycling inside a cabinet, freeing up floor space and removing the eyesore of a standing bin. They were considered marvels of their time, with heavy-duty slides for smooth operation. High-quality versions often had 2 compartments for sorting and tight lids to contain odors. They were usually installed near the sink, right where most waste is generated, optimizing the kitchen workflow. It's a small detail that makes a big difference in how tidy and organized a kitchen feels. Let's talk about the details that tie it all together. Brass and warm metals. For years, chrome and stainless steel have reigned supreme, but we're seeing a major shift back to warm metals like brass. This is part of that same move away from cold. Minimalist Euroclinic kitchens toward cozier, more inviting spaces. Brass has a rich, warm patina that adds depth and a sense of history. It's perfect for neoclassical styles, adding sparkle and sophistication to neutral palettes. And the best part? It's one of the easiest trends to adopt. Just swapping out your cabinet handles, faucet, and light fixtures for warm metals can instantly transform a cold gray kitchen into a warm, personalized space. Countertops are having a moment too. Corian countertops. Once considered a budget option, solid surfaces like Corian are making a serious comeback, thanks to big improvements. They're being re-embraced for their seamless look. No grout lines, easy maintenance, and surprising durability. While granite and quartz have dominated, modern Corian comes in subtle colors and textures that mimic natural stone beautifully. Functionally, it's a smart choice for busy families. It's stain-resistant. Hygienic, and a huge advantage is that it's repairable. Scratches can be sanded out, keeping it looking new for years. High durability, easy cleaning, and a timeless look make it a worthwhile investment. If you have the space, this is the ultimate. The walk-in pantry. This is a dedicated sanctuary for your dry goods where everything is perfectly organized and visible. In older, larger homes, these rooms were standard, often placed between the kitchen and back door. Unlike modern cabinets, they were fitted with shallow shelves so nothing got lost. The best ones had adjustable shelving, ventilation, and even a small window. This was where families stocked up with jars of preserves and big bags of flour. It was intuitively organized, baking on one wall, canned goods on another. The walk-in pantry is making a massive comeback, driven by bulk buying habits. Modern pantries often have a countertop for unloading groceries and space for seldom-used appliances. If you don't have a room, people are getting creative, converting part of a garage or a closet into their dream pantry. The goal is the same: consolidate all your food into one efficient, easy-to-use space. Which of these grandparent-era features do you think should be in every modern home? Share your thoughts. I read every comment. And finally, The feature we promise that solves the biggest problem of open-concept living: the butler's pantry. Originally, this was a space between the kitchen and dining room for storing servingware and staging dinners. Today, it's making a triumphant return as a buffer zone and a clutter buster. In an open-plan home, when you're cooking for a party, all the chaos, the pots, pans, mixing bowls, and dirty dishes is on full display. The butler's pantry creates a discreet backstage area. It's where you prep appetizers, arrange food, and after the meal, hide all the dirty dishes until you're ready to tackle them. It often includes a sink, making it a perfect cleanup zone. Modern butler's pantries frequently house a wine fridge, coffee bar, or second dishwasher. By moving the messy work to this space, you can actually relax and enjoy your party in the main area without the stress of a messy kitchen ruining the vibe. If you were renovating, would you choose a walk-in pantry for bulk storage or a butler's pantry for entertaining? This solid, smart feature is the ultimate example of old-school wisdom, making our modern lives better and less stressful.